So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders, wherever you are in the world. VictorFX here. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope your week was profitable, or I hope you stick to your rules throughout the week. Now, in today's video, we are just gonna be looking at what we forecasted last week. Now, for EURUSD, I just have to be a little bit careful with this because it actually broke this high, which was our long-term target, and we've been looking for a way for this to give us an aggressive push to the upside. And now it's not really giving us an aggressive push, but once again we have this our manipulation down here, which I was expecting to hold price. You can see I've drawn out this zone for a very long time to go long from, but in the same time we have to understand the context of the market, wait for confirmations before we start going long. Now, I didn't even trade this market throughout the week. I was just busy on US30, which is my newfound love. I don't know why I just love trading it, but I don't like trading multiple pairs, so I just like sticking on one pair. Yeah, so that pair alone has been very profitable for me. I didn't have to look at UJ or any other pair. Now, if you notice what happened in USD, it broke the highs, and then now you could see it's kind of like pulling back, breaking lows. And what is it trying to tell you? A trend shift. So even if I was looking for longs, I already told you guys that since it tapped in here, I was like expecting it to bust up, but since it started busting down with no confirmations bullish and it keeps breaking, if I was gonna be taking a trade, I would be selling. Okay, I would be selling. Why? Because of my double break criteria. If I want to sell, I also want to see a mini distribution, which is like the break to the high and then break lower, break lower. This is how I take my sells, and this is how I've done it even for the buy. So even if I wanted to be in this market, I needed to trade, I would be selling this to the downside. Okay, I'm not gonna show you where we're gonna be selling or whatever, because this is not a course. This is just to guide you on what you should look for in the next week. I know last week I was not very elaborate on how we should follow the market, especially on EURUSD, because I only explained that we should be looking for longs. But now, since it started breaking down, I believe you should have been anticipating the sells to the downside. And now we are back into accumulation zone. I want to see what price does here. It doesn't have to hold this zone. It might just dance around this zone this way, because the larger picture is bullish, but right now sellers are in power. So before I would put risk on any trade, I need to see a breakdown this way and double breaks before I would put any risk on anything to take price higher, because we are now in our demand zone, which was grabbed a lot of liquidity. It's a valid demand zone. I bet you guys are going to see a little bit of push away from here, even if the market doesn't have the intention of going bullish. That zone is going to give you a decent risk to reward. If there's confirmation there, I'm not saying jump into it. Have patience. If you are going to trade USD, I might not be trading this pair. Not because it's bad to trade it, but generally I'm just moving away from. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, guys, but I'm not trading USD for now. Yeah. So that's what I feel we should be looking at for USD. So since it's in this hour zone, we need to wait for good accumulations to take price higher, right? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So if it does start breaking down lower, obviously accumulations could wick down a little bit this way. If it does start breaking lower, we will be looking for sales. Okay, but right now it's in a decisive zone, a very strong level, which should be able to push price higher, even if it doesn't have the intention of breaking the ultimate highs. This demand zone is very valid. Yeah, but if the market continues to bust down, just keep taking your sales until maybe it comes into a lower zone here for more buys. Okay, so there's no need to force anything. Probably wait for the bigger accumulation. But if you're a day trader, you need a trade every single day, feel free to take a sell or wait for the accumulation to play out. Okay, now this is all perspective based and under simulated environment. Trading carries a high level of risk, so anything you do is your responsibility. So don't hold me accountable. Do whatever you please. Don't even listen to my advice. Do whatever you wish. You can trade financial news. In short, everything is in your hands. Since it's your funds, nobody should tell you how to manage your funds, but it's proper you learn the right way to develop your skill. So this is what I have for EU. Now for USDJPY, we talked about going long. Even NFP told us we're going to go long. Price just came in down here to take out a lot of weak-handed buyers. You can see a lot of weak-handed buyers got taken out here. Some were looking for bullish. Immediately it broke down once more. That's why sometimes I don't even like following the intermediary break, because we have the manipulations to the top side, breakdowns, and then a lot of people will be piling a lot of sells to go lower, piling sells, piling those sells, just like they'll be piling sells in EURUSD soon. A lot of people are piling those sells to expect price to push lower this way, and then once price goes lower, they are like funneling and shoving their whole account at it, waiting for it to break the ultimate lows. And then you can see the market simply just changed. And if you are trading, you should easily be able to switch the buyers just like that, and see what the market is giving you, especially when you are a day trader. Now you can see the market broke down lower and they started breaking higher. At this point, seeing what the price has previously done, and it is at a very, very strong level, I would expect price to continue breaking higher this way until price tells us otherwise. So this was the delivery from last week. Obviously we talked about it going long from here last week. It started breaking down. This is where a lot of beginners get to fail, because it's breaking down doesn't mean the bias has changed. Now it started breaking down. Is there any edge for us while this market is breaking down? No. Is there edge now that it has broken the first high, looking bullish? Yes. You mark out your demand zone, you wait to confirm it on the lower time frame, and that is how your edge plays out. Just rushing into this market and doing whatever doesn't actually work, except maybe you are doing it at a very, very liquid session, which is like maybe the London session or the New York session, just following the intermediary breaks, even without looking at the higher time frame. You could easily get runners. Even on US30, I've really not been doing a whole lot of buyers. I've just been coming in liquid sessions, having a little bit of expectation by using intermediary breaks, and then riding the price and trailing my stops to make a lot of RR without taking any partials. So yeah, that's basically how we do it. This was a very easy one to go bullish. We're still expecting the same thing, bullishness during the week. Yeah, I know I'm not coming on here telling you I'm taking a trade from here, but I think we've been right for so long that nobody has to question the legitimacy of these breakdowns. Obviously, do whatever you wish to do. It's your capital. No one, especially me, nobody should tell you how to invest your capital in the forex market. You're your solo investor, and you should take accountability for anything that happens. Okay, so yeah, bullishness on UJ is still what we are expecting. Yeah, you should just see that now. If it starts breaking lower, just wait for the break high. Don't be too rushing now. Don't rush about it. Just wait. The break could be somewhere from down here, and then you could continue taking the price to the top side. Okay. Yeah, that's what is more likely to happen on UJ. Don't even take my advice, because I'm not trading this pair this week, but these are concepts that have been tested for a long period of time, back tested, forward tested, and so on. You should just execute and then take your time to learn what you need for entries. This is the directional bias we've been following for a long period of time. I call these longs long ago. Like, you could check my old videos. I called longs from here for a very long time ago. I called longs on EURUSDJPY when it was still at the lows, and most of them are hit targets. Even EU, we called the longs from the period down there. So you just need one of those good trades to be able to hit good RR and be done for the week. You don't need to be in and out chasing the trades and whatever you guys feel like is the best. Okay, so yeah, this is UJ, and then finally US30. I know US30. We talked about US30 last week. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's delivering properly. As you can see, US30 was just, I told you guys we should be looking for sells because the buyers really didn't look in power. Why? Because of the distribution that is currently active. They break to the highs and then break lows. You see multiple breaks before they break lows, multiple breaks. So I was like, with this price action we are seeing, obviously we were bullish before from this zone which I marked out before price ever got into there. We were bullish there, and then as price just did all of this, I told you guys that okay, bias has been thrown out the window. This is the new bias, and that's how flexible you should be as a trader and not stick to your guns and whatever, especially when price has shown you fully. I don't mean when price just does a little breakdown, you're already like, oh, it's gonna sell. When price is giving you a very solid reason to be like, okay, my bias is under question. But if you don't have a bias at all, that's the worst. I don't mean you should come in with every bias. If you don't have a bias at all, you're just gonna shove in your account into anything. I think a bias is necessary for making money because that is your confidence interval. If you don't have confidence in what you're doing, how do you hold trades? How do you know if you're truly gonna be bullish or bearish? Or you come into every day being jumpy and guessy? I mean, it's not really the best. So yeah, we talked about it going bearish. You could see I told you after double breaks, sell, and for those of you that were able to take advantage of this, I mean, it's a no-brainer the amount of cash you can make from this. There are multiple opportunities in the market which are able to give birth to millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And all you have to do is just stand in the way with some cash and catch the flow. So however you do it is your personal business. I believe if you're a beginner, with time you will start to learn how to properly execute. And if you're advanced, you already know how to manage your capital. You don't need advice from everybody, but obviously you need risk management. And risk management pertains to everybody. I mean, your risk management is different from my risk management. All we need is our risk to reward and then some money. And that's what I think is the ultimate. So do I think it's gonna start going higher? Well, no. I just wanna see it continuously go lower. Since he has already started showing us the hand, I don't want to be the genius that's gonna predict the next break to the top side when I've not seen any evidence of that. I just want to be like follow what is currently happening. So maybe we get into this accumulation. I will still be selling until it gives me a reason to think about what I'm doing. So yeah, that's just basically what I have for the week. Hopefully nobody was confused during this. If you have any question, please ask. There's somebody asking you wants to learn from me. I dropped my email, so you could email me there. Obviously, I don't have any students, but it's not something I've considered. But at the end of the day, what's the good of having knowledge on something when you can't share it with anybody? I mean, it only makes sense that if someone asks, I should be able to render that. But I'm not here to sell anyone courses, just in case everybody is thinking most Forex mentors make money off of courses. I'm definitely not here to teach you any courses. I'm just here to show you what I think the market is going to happen, and also what I'm currently looking at the moment. So that's just what I keep doing. I hope these videos are helpful to somebody. At least it's giving someone confidence in trading Forex, because that's just what you need. You need that confidence even before you start getting the capital to invest. And then when you start getting the capital to invest, you need a strict risk management plan. And also you need steady income for trading Forex, because your first few accounts are going to be blown. I just think it's generally for everybody. Don't think you're a genius and you're going to escape it. But when you start to get the hang of it, you're going to make back